It has been a week now since the Charlotte Fire Department and neighboring agencies swarmed in to that burning construction site in South Park. It was a 5-alarm fire that looked like this and trapped 2 people on the 6th floor, among others, of what was supposed to be a luxury apartment building. Those 2 construction workers did die in the fire. Thanks for joining us here at 6. I'm Colin Mayfield.
And I'm Vanessa Rufus. A memorial honoring those 2 men and the first responders who saved more than a dozen others is happening tonight at Symphony Park. That's where we find WCNC Charlotte's Jane Montreal joining us live right now. So, Jane, we got a lot of questions actually about this particular person on the day of the fire, the crane operator who was rescued. And you learned a bit more about that rescue, right?
Certainly right, Vanessa, here at Symphony Park, where light rain is beginning to fall, by the way, but it doesn't seem to be letting the folks here down. Firefighters were able to rescue 15 people that day, including the crane operator. Certainly a dangerous and frightening situation for him, but dangerous as well for rescuers on that day, and making conditions all around very emotional.
I spoke with him on a radio for roughly 35 minutes, ensuring him we would come and get him.
An emotional Captain Jeff Bright recalling what needed to be done last Thursday as flames and smoke threatened not only workers on site, but fellow firefighters.
Fortunately, Ladder 1, which was initiated to Mayday, is where we diverted our efforts to initially. And those guys relied on their training to get them back to a safe space, which at that point, it gave us the opportunity to divert our efforts to Quincy.
Quincy being the crane operator.
To talk to him on the radio and him tell you that he's down to his last bottle of water.
Captain Bright explaining the preparation in bringing protective clothing and air packs up to Quincy.
We had been waiting for a little bit. Captain Bright said, "Murph, it's time to climb." So up we went.
And when he gets to the bottom, he's got a huge smile on his face. He gives you a hug, and he's like, "Get me the hell out of here."
Firefighter McMillan was one of the first firefighters on scene. He says he was able to get to a 3rd floor deck and spotted the 2 workers trapped on the 6th floor. Unfortunately, at that time, conditions started getting worse.
A lot of smoke, heat was coming up to the 3rd floor, meaning that the fire was traveling up. So at that point, I knew that my life was in danger, and I had to jump on the ladder, revert back to my training, slide down, and thankfully Coat was at the bottom to catch me. By the grace of God, we rescued who we could.
Certainly hearing those firsthand accounts really emotional, and it brings it back to home. Charlotte Fire is saying Quincy was able to meet his real heroes this morning at Station 10, all before media arrived. And as the investigation continues tonight here at Symphony Park, there will be a memorial that's underway. It's going to kick off around 6:30, including a moment of silence. There's also a banner folks can sign thanking first responders. We're live in South Park. Jane Montreal, WCNC Charlotte.